Never Submit Entertainment proudly presents.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
The Never Submit Podcast.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
With your host, Matthew Chikala.
And what you gonna do when Hulkamania and the largest arms in the world destroy you?
Join Matthew and his special guests as they discuss the latest news and rumors in all forms of entertainment.
Are you ready?
Each week, they break down everything from movies and TV shows.
Check out the big brain on Brad. You're a smart motherfucker, that's right.
To professional wrestling and mixed martial arts.
If you're not down with that, we got 2 words for ya! Ooh, yeah!
It's the Never Submit Podcast.
Hasta la vista, baby.
And it's happening right now.
Game over.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Josh coming from Never Submit Podcast. I got a really cool guest with me today. He is director, actor, writer, everything you can think of. This guy, his name is Vento. That's him, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So this is Vento. And I've known Al for what, maybe a year and a half now?
Yeah.
Something around that area.
Around there.
And so together we worked on a little film called Nuclear Man that was kind of influenced by a 1980s DC character from the films of Superman, the Superman folklore, Superman universe, and stuff like that. We're going to dive into that in a little bit, but we're also going to talk about Al's, career, what he does. He works a lot between Wisconsin and Chicago. He does a little bit of traveling in the La La Land of Los Angeles. So we're going to talk about all that type of great stuff. But first off, Al, man, how you doing today?
Hey, not bad. Yeah, thanks for having me on the show.
Hey, man, anytime, man. This weather could have been a little bit better.
That's okay. It's Midwest. What are you gonna expect, right?
We could bitch and complain.
Yeah,
we can go kicking and screaming.
There's no reason for that.
But yeah, it's a little gloomy here in Milwaukee. The last couple of days was really sunny, and then today it's all cloudy and stuff like that, man. But yeah, man, we'll dive into Nuclear Man a little bit, and then we're also going to dive into your adventures in Chicago. You do a lot of work over there, and stuff like that. But I guess first off, we're going to start off, man. What got you into acting and filmmaking? What was your influence?
Acting and filmmaking. I mean, it all starts when you're a little kid, really. Mm-hmm. Like my very first film I've ever seen was actually Tron. My dad sat me down. I was probably getting into some kind of trouble. He said, "Here, sit down and watch this." Right. He puts on Tron, and my eyes. The
robotic babysitter.
Yeah, right, exactly. So my eyes just kind of lit up, and I was like, what are these movies?
Yeah.
It's like, is there anything more like this? And yeah, of course. Then he sets me down. I'm watching Predator as a little kid, or I'm watching Rocky.
Right.
And then like Jeff Bridges was a huge influence from there.
Okay.
Watching Bridges. Tron. Yeah. So I mean, Then I followed his career, and then, I got into Rocky, and then I followed Stallone's and, the Arnold's and the Van Damme's and all that.
Sure. Well, you mentioned Rocky because I'm a big Stallone follower myself. Do you think he's a big influence just based on his speeches and a lot of his, Rocky stories, like how Rocky got made?
Most definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That gives me chills, really. It kind of brings a tear to your eye when you hear him speak.
Yeah, absolutely.
About the stories, And you just shake your head. You're just agreeing with them the entire time.
When you tell Stallone no.
Right, yeah, kidding, yeah.
But besides the point, I think it's fascinating how that first movie got made. Just, he had to sell his dog. He was so broke.
I don't think I could do that. I've got two big dogs. I could never get rid of those days.
Dogs are kind of like your kids.
Yeah.
That is really tough. But I mean, at the same time, if you're really desperate, I suppose. But he did eventually buy his dog back when Rocky became a hit.
Yeah, so, that's true.
Kudos to him on that. So he went back for his dog. And then you mentioned Jeff Bridges, right? You mentioned Tron. Are there any other films of Jeff Bridges that you really like?
Let's see here. I saw the movie Starman.
Okay. That's a John Carpenter one.
Yeah, John Carpenter's Starman, and that's when I was getting into
sci-fi. Sure.
So heavily what I like is, sci-fi and action. Of course the drama that comes with all that.
So Starman's kind of like a prelude to superhero stuff before superheroes were cool.
Yeah.
I mean, they were always cool, but
definitely,
movies-wise.
Yeah, there wasn't really much in the 80s, 90s for any kind of superhero movies. We had bland Captain America movies. We had, Dolph Lundgren Punisher, which was cool at the time.
Yeah, and I always think back in those days too, because it's like that's when DC really dominated.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like when Batman's Michael Keaton Batman came out, and that was that's what kind of sparked my interest in the whole comic world.
Sure. Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I mean, I was introduced to the Christopher Reeve stuff as a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
The Richard Donner films, at least the first two.
Yeah.
The other part 3 and 4, are definitely a hit or a miss for people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely the first two. And I always think back, it's like people seem today's generation, always seem to forget that at once upon a time, DC dominated.
Yeah, DC did.
I mean, they were killing it.
Yeah.
I mean, they had Superman on the big screen.
Yeah.
Batman.
Right.
Sequel after sequel.
And, yeah, of course. And you love, of course, Marvel. I mean, has always been my bread and butter too, with like the X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, correct. Yeah, DC was the dominant force back then in the 80s, 90s.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with the X-Men, kind of like, because a lot of people kind of blame, Schumacher and Batman and Robin for
true.
Like, stuff getting done to spoil it. I don't know. I'm kind of lighthearted on Schumacher. I still think he's a great filmmaker.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Blade, X-Men kind of brought new life to the franchise and stuff like that.
That's right.
All right, man. So Jeff Bridges, Stallone, that really, triggered your interest as a small kid.
And, just copulating what you see, like, James Bond.
Sure.
I watched all those when I was a kid. I wanted to be James Bond.
Right.
And then you don't really know as a kid that this is actual like job.
Yeah, absolutely.
You think it's real. And then, you get into like theater as a kid, here and there.
It's not just a job, it's a business.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's your favorite Bond? Do you have one?
Oh, jeez.
Or do you have a select few?
Yeah, select few. Sean Connery will always be my Bond. But then, Pierce Brosnan, man, he is one suave SOB,
Yeah.
I do like Daniel Craig, but he's a bit too dark for me as a Bond.
Yeah.
But although, he's pretty badass too.
He's pretty badass, so I'll give you that. He's pretty good in other films.
Yeah.
I had a hard time buying. I think when you went from Pierce Brosnan to Craig, I had a hard time replacing.
Me too.
It's that for me. And he didn't have the face.
To me, either. Yeah, it's
you had to be suave for Bond.
Pierce Brosnan is like the epitome of Bond to me.
Right.
Like if you took Sean Connery, Timothy Dalton, and Roger Moore and put them together, you get a Pierce Brosnan.
Okay.
That
works. Man. Yeah, that works. So then you do a lot of work in Chicago.
Yeah.
Right.
I tried to.
You tried to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So obviously a lot of people who live in the Wisconsin areas between Milwaukee, Kenosha, and what have you.
Yeah.
Definitely travel a lot to Chicago. Chicago right now is kicking a lot of ass.
Yep.
It's got a lot of stuff going on.
Right.
Chicago PD, Chicago Med.
Yep.
They have you got Chicago Law too.
Yeah, Chicago Law. You got The Exorcist. You got APB. You had Sirens at one time. Man, geez. There's just so many going on right now.
Yeah. Are you familiar? I mean, obviously, we'll talk about your acting over there. But, are you familiar, the pre-production over there? And, how is Chicago just kicking so much ass over there?
I think it all comes down to price.
Yeah.
The price for CineSpace. I mean, it's a pretty much a brand new facility. It's good.
Sure.
It was gutted out and turned into a studio.
Okay.
It's a huge, 2-3 block radius of a studio now.
Okay. So they're pretty much screaming out, "Hey, we're open for business."
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And Illinois gets the tax incentive to film things there, and Wisconsin doesn't. So
yeah. I tell a lot of people, and I know it sounds kind of harsh, but it's my own opinion.
Yeah.
I always say Wisconsin's just not film friendly.
No, not at all.
It's you have a lot of good artists here.
Yeah.
A lot of good ideas are here.
Right.
But if they want to make something of themselves, they have to leave.
Right.
And people don't get that.
I actually knew somebody on the board, like the city or like the governing body, whoever does the film incentive in Wisconsin.
Sure.
And when they denied it, she actually she was for it, and she actually used me as leverage and said, this is an upcoming actor, director, and now he's leaving. He's leaving. He doesn't want to be here anymore.
Right.
Now we're losing people.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
so it's
You're missing good people.
Yeah.
And I had a conversation with somebody just a couple days ago talking about, the advantages of having those tax incentives for film production
Yeah.
because it influences them to come here. And what it does is it pumps up the economy.
yeah, definitely.
It puts money into the catering, the
Yeah.
hotels, not just talent. Everyone,
Yeah.
I think my own point of view is I think a lot of people think it's just a pipe dream.
Yeah.
And it's just a glam.
Right.
That's all they think of.
Yeah.
And it's so expensive. Oh, if we get like Johnny Depp or Christian Bale
Yeah,
again,
some big name. You can
Yeah.
name any big name.
you're dishing out $5 to $10 million for that actor, and that's all it is. It's
Yeah.
like, no, it's you are pumping in money into your economy.
Correct.
You're say you've been out of work for 2-3 months, desperate for a job, just be an extra.
Yeah, just be an extra. Yeah, that's how. Going with the acting stuff. That's how I started getting into it. I didn't know you could just go be an extra.
Yeah.
I'm in theater class, or I'm just getting done with an acting class or something, and I thought you had to have all this experience under your belt.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could just go be an extra and get start making money.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I
mean, not to insult anybody that's got true passion for
Yeah.
their craft, but I mean, it doesn't take much to be an extra.
No, not at all.
You just submit.
Yeah.
You can send them a Polaroid or a
Yeah,
selfie.
you submit whatever role you're going for. Maybe it's you in a police officer uniform.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, it could be a selfie right off of Facebook or
Right, yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah,
You send it over to them, and there you go.
correct. Yeah,
But I think about that too because I know a handful of cooks here in Wisconsin that are just like out of work.
that'll work.
And they're skilled. They they don't just have a degree, but they've actually worked at fancy
Right.
restaurants,
Yeah, culinary school,
hotels,
Yeah.
all that type of stuff. Yeah, and I just think like they could be working right now.
Yeah.
It's the weather is still good.
Right.
It's not going to snow anytime soon.
Right.
So I mean, it's raining, but it's no snow. So it's like
Yeah.
they could be working.
Oh yeah. There's no doubt. Films bring great jobs.
Yeah.
And people are now using productions are using local businesses for their food vending, and they're like they pay them for their location. You're like, hey, we want to use your storefront.
Right. right.
Here's take the day off. Here's a bunch of money.
Right. So what was your last gig in Chicago?
Let's see here. Last gig.
I know you do a lot of the big stuff that we just mentioned, and the
couple
independents too.
Couple of auditions. Oh man, that's
What's the top of your head? 'Cause I know you do a lot, so it's kind of hard to pinpoint.
I mean, Empire always sticks out when I was.
Okay. How do you like Empire? Do you work closely with Terrence Howard?
Oh, I had breakfast with him.
Did you really?
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. I have actual conversation with
Yeah, it was 6 a.m. I sat down and had breakfast.
Oh, right.
I'm in all of my FBI gear because I was a FBI tactical leader.
Okay.
And then
what's that like? What's it like to sit down with Terrence Howard?
Just like anybody else, just like you and me.
Yeah,
He just starts talking. You ask him simple questions.
Right.
And
he seems like a real chilled, laid back guy.
He is, yeah. And he said his mother said, you should be an actor, and he was, he didn't really want to be an actor.
Right.
He was like going to be like med school or something,
Yeah.
And he's like, he just did it for his mom because she said he could.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
See, there's no better influence than your parents.
Yeah, that's true.
If your parents support you, then you're definitely going to make it.
Yep.
Not everybody has that blessing, so that's really cool.
Yep.
To sit down with him. Yeah, and I just watched the movie, and I don't know if you came across it yet. It's on Netflix now. It's called St. Vincent with Bill Murray.
Oh yeah, I love St. Vincent.
Yeah, he's in there.
Yeah. Right.
Terrence Howard.
Yep.
And he plays like a corrupt bookie.
Yeah.
Or a money
some.
I don't know if it's
like
drugs, but it's like it's just some kind of like he needs to collect money from Bill.
Yeah.
And it turns really ugly later on in the movie.
Right.
And I obviously Bill Murray's in it and Melissa McCarthy because they're on the cover. But when I was watching, I was like, oh my god, Terrence Howard's in here.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
So that was a really neat little movie, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. So you got to sit down with Terrence Howard and have a little bit of breakfast. With
Right.
him
Yeah.
And
then it was time to go to work. I had, they called for first team, so I'd be the stand-in for one of the actors too. So I'm in 40 pounds of gear under hot lights all day for 8 to 10 hours.
No better way to lose some weight.
Yeah.
Burn off a little poundage.
Oh, I'm sorry, second team. Yeah, whatever. First team, second team. First team someday.
Let me get my calculator.
Yeah, right.
We're all counting here.
Right. Yeah.
That's really cool. Okay, so like Empire is the biggest one that stands out for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Recently, I mean, just not really much else. I submit for a lot, like feature spots, like a dead body or something.
Sure.
you know,
Absolutely.
like let's see, mini commercials here and there, like for at the museum or something.
Okay.
Just really simple stuff.
Have you ever worked with, and I did this, but this was like, gosh, over a decade ago. This is a long time ago. But you ever do like the History Channel stuff over there?
Oh,
or
yeah.
A&E type stuff?
Like criminal reenactments, things like that. Yeah,
Mhm.
I do.
Reenactment stuff,
I've done some of that. I really wish I could do more of that stuff.
That's
but,
so fun.
Yeah, but the roles that they called for isn't me. It's
Give it time.
Right, yeah.
Give it time. I mean, I was, and I totally botched the audition.
Yeah.
But I was on the History Channel. I played the missile pilot. She was on an American plane by accident. And that was a lot of fun because they took a little room, a tiny room. They made it into like a Navy cockpit type area. It was kind of neat.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Movie magic, man.
Yeah, it is, man.
You do this stuff in your basement. You can make Star Trek in your basement, which is what they did.
Yeah, we can make Star Trek right here.
Right.
Outside of Starbucks.
Yep.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Now we got green screens. You can be anywhere you want.
No, exactly. All right, so cool. So then, so mainly it's primarily Empire auditioning in Chicago and stuff like that. Okay.
Basically, yeah.
So, and then has there been any adventures to LA? I know you know people out of LA and stuff like that, but
let's see here. So what sparked my next project was I did an audition for a martial arts film out in LA, and I was the top runner for it. But then, finances fell through.
Sure.
And it just kind of fizzled.
That's a really big club.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Finances.
Yep. And I went to an awesome audition place, and they said the guy before you kind of dropped out because he couldn't handle the workouts. I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Couldn't handle the workouts? Yeah, because they said he only had show horse muscles. They were just there. They weren't used for anything. And when I was more of like you could see my body has taken a toll. Throughout the years with wrestling and martial arts and everything. Yeah. I'm like, seriously, throw me on the mat and let's do this.
Okay. No, was that in LA?
Yeah, that was in LA.
Okay, how long ago was that?
That was about 2 years ago.
Okay,
now,
got it. And that sparked the interest for your upcoming little film.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's right. That kind of reminds me too. You're big in the martial arts.
Yeah.
Now, was that primarily like boxing, or was that just martial arts?
No, just martial arts. I mean, I was, your heavy influences, like Bruce Lee's and Jean-Claude Van Damme's, growing up.
Got it.
So then I got into, Taekwondo as a kid, but then I, was into wrestling, and then I got into jiu-jitsu, and then kickboxing.
Okay.
And then, you teach yourself, things here and there. So I got into like Wing Chun Kung Fu.
Okay. Got it.
And then I'm a black belt in Hapkido.
Yeah, and there's another filmmaker. I think you probably know of him out in the Whitewater area or Janesville area, far from here.
Yeah.
But his name's Barry, but I don't want to say his full name on the air. But he's big in the martial arts.
Yeah.
He's a black belt or something.
Barry, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I mean that's definitely a really cool thing. All right, and then who inspired you too? Like we kind of talked about, I guess, Stallone and Bridges before, but like who really inspired you, to really get you into stuff, or was it mainly Stallone? Yeah,
to go full-fledged into acting.
Yeah.
I guess mainly Stallone, but then those are kind of just like your heroes. Then I of course I watch a lot of movies, so I was thinking probably like Tom Hardy.
Okay.
Because he is so broad of an actor. I just want to, kind of be like that.
Okay. Got it.
Like he's absolutely an astounding actor.
Okay. He's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, he could change moods and change looks.
Yep.
Like he can go from like Mad Max to there's a little movie I think it's called Lawless.
Yeah, Lawless was great. Yeah. You should watch the movie Bronson.
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it yet.
Wow, yeah.
That's still on Netflix.
Yeah, he should have got an Oscar for that.
Really? Is that good, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. And then playing Bane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bane, yeah.
I mean, he just in a weird way, he's kind of like a Johnny Depp.
Yeah, that's true.
Just changes moods, changes his voice.
Yep.
And, it's remarkable.
Right, yeah.
And when you look at him, you wouldn't even think that. Like if you didn't know him from anything, you would think he was just maybe like some pretty guy that just came on set, just hey, I'm here.
Right, yeah.
Pay me.
Let's say another. What was getting me more more so into going full-fledged acting was Andy Whitfield from Spartacus.
Okay.
Stars Network on Spartacus. He died of cancer recently. Well, I mean, we're saying a couple years ago now.
Right.
But I went out to LA and I auditioned for Spartacus.
Okay.
And they really liked me. I was just kind of too small.
Okay.
to be a gladiator type.
Sure.
Roman. Type. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I can see it. Like all the other guys in the audition room were like monsters. Compared to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, whatever. If I don't care what role I would have. Just put me on there. And it's
at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because Tom Cruise is like what 5'4".
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly.
And he plays a badass in a handful of movies.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. It doesn't matter how tall you are.
Okay. Right on. And how about directors? You had any favorite directors?
Yeah. Favorite directors. Let's see here. No.
Like, do you have a director that says, I can never get tired of that guy? I love that guy.
Michael DeKnight from Spartacus.
Okay.
Spartacus director. Joss Whedon.
Okay.
Let's see here.
He's doing what was he? He went back to TV.
Yeah.
And is it Lost Place he's doing?
Yeah. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, but I know he's prepping some kind of TV thing. He totally walked away from Avengers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He didn't even do the last two. I don't think.
No.
Well, I think he did Age of Ultron.
Ultron, yeah.
But this last one, Civil War,
yeah,
he didn't have a thing to do with it.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I think after Age, he just walked away.
I think
he was exhausted.
Yeah, I guess he's gay. Yeah. No, you gotta. It's exhausting. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, these movies are coming out back to back.
Yeah,
they're high demanding.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
I'm surprised Zack Snyder hasn't snapped yet.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, like Zack Snyder. Jeez. Yeah, I'm kind of drawing a blank right now. But yeah, those are
okay. I mean, well,
yeah.
You mentioned Stallone.
Yeah,
I mean,
right,
he's a big director. He writes and directs a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's definitely on that list.
I could go with Brad Pitt then too. I really respect him. He's got his production company called Plan B.
Sure.
And he's directing too.
And I hear Brad Pitt. If you get him, kind of like a Tom Cruise in a way too. You get him in a meeting, he's like the nicest guy.
Oh,
he'll
cool.
stick his hand up. There's a really inspiring story that I like a lot about Brad Pitt is the movie 12 Years of Slavery?
Yeah, 12 Years of Slave. Yeah.
That movie, like you just mentioned, finances.
Yeah.
A lot of it got really tough to get that finance. Brad stuck his hand out as a producer and said, I'll be in this just to help you get it made and all that type of stuff. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, to have a name actor on there.
Yeah.
The writers from Waukesha.
For that movie?
Yeah, for that movie.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, right, exactly. So
I think the director's from Wisconsin, right?
Director? Ooh, maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay, but either way, it's got some Wisconsin blood on it.
Yep.
Okay, that's awesome. But that's what I really like about Brad Pitt. And hear me interviews with Tom Cruise.
Right. Yeah.
He does stuff like that.
Yeah.
He'll reach out if he really likes the project. First off, you gotta like it.
Yeah. True.
And then after you like it, he'll reach out.
Yeah.
And he'll say, well, what can we do?
What can we do? Yeah.
Let's do a conference call. Let's get a meeting going.
Yeah.
I'll be there, man. I'll help you out. And I love that. I love hearing that from those type of guys.
Right. Exactly.
Because you're so high end. You could just sit back at home, let these guys, be the muscle.
Yeah.
And so I think that's awesome. Man.
Right.
Well, okay, so we, Stallone. I hate to sound like a broken record, but for favorite directors, probably I would say maybe assume that Stallone would probably be one of your favorite directors.
Yeah.
Besides the one from Spartacus, as you just mentioned.
Yeah. Yep.
And Stallone's a huge influence.
Yeah.
I thought Creed was amazing.
Yeah, Creed was great.
He wasn't a writer, director of that, but I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
It was influenced by Stallone. And then Rocky Balboa, that was written and directed by Stallone.
Yeah.
And that movie struggled to get made.
Yeah.
That was just incredible.
Yeah. Oh, what a great story that is. You could just keep going with that story.
God. I still cry when I see that movie.
Yeah. Oh, it's a Stephen DeKnight. I think I said Michael DeKnight. Whatever. But anyway.
For what one?
My one of my favorite directors.
Oh, okay.
I think I said Michael, but Stephen DeKnight.
It's all good. All good. You're almost saying like Michael Knight from
Right, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
You're thinking of the Hoff.
Yeah, the Hoff.
Oh my God, you're having Hoff moments.
Yep.
All right. So now we're going to dive right into our little gem called Nuclear Man.
Yeah.
And Nuclear Man was, just so people are aware, people have seen posters on social media, and it's got a little conversation piece, which is awesome, right? So personally for myself, and Nuclear Man was a conversation piece I had with somebody last summer, and it was just to reinvent a superhero character because that's the trend, right?
Yeah, it's trend.
That's what everything's doing, and it's not going away.
Yeah.
People are buying them. They're going to the theaters to see these guys.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a really cool idea to reinvent a character from the 80s and stuff like that. That was my personal thing. So, Al, my question is, I came to you, gosh, was it last September? October?
Yeah, probably like last summer.
Maybe like heading towards the fall.
Yep.
What were your first thoughts when I presented this to you?
Well, you're always skeptical of, like, oh, can this be done? You know, like there's a lot of, you always think of finances right away. Like, what is this going to take? Yeah. Or where, locations wise, you're always, I mean, I was actually pretty excited for one, but, because I thought we could do it.
Your heads are so ramble.
Right. Yeah. So as soon as you start reading the script, you're piecing all this stuff together. Yeah. Right away. We got to do this, and get this person and that person. But yeah, I definitely thought it was doable right away.
All right. Awesome. And then, so you thought it was doable and everything like that. And then you brought in your good buddy Brent, to help you out with the story and stuff like that. Fine tune some things, and stuff like that. So, what was that like working with Brent, and then getting the story to where you wanted to be as a director?
Yep. You're talking about Brett Kilmer.
Yeah,
Kilmer.
Yeah.
Local. Yeah, local writer. He's a great writer. I actually wrote Lion's Den with him. That's a martial arts film that I'm working on. Bringing him in. He's very precise in his writing. We worked well. We work well together. It's like, well, if this, then this. If this happens, then this has to happen. He writes more novels, so he was writing more script novels when I'm more of a script film writer. So he writes something out and I break it down. Okay. That kind of stuff.
Okay, that's right on. Right. So you guys are almost like two peas in a pod.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
You work well. You mush well together. Yep. That's cool. And then when we were forming the story, and eventually, I joined you guys in these meetings and stuff like that. You had somebody in LA that was already established in writing. They're working with. Please forgive me if I'm getting these incorrect, but the CW. Is that right?
Oh yeah, CW. Yeah, with our. My friend Luke. So I went to college with Luke. He doesn't really have much to do with our story, but
he was just giving out pointers and stuff like that.
Well, that was mainly like business pointers. Like he couldn't really do much with it because he's a scriptwriter on Daredevil.
I got it. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, he, it's kind of pointers like just how to write a script. Right? I mean, we already know how to write a script, but just pointers here and there. What you don't need, what you do need. Right. He couldn't really say much because he's under contract with Daredevil.
Oh no, sure, for sure. Yeah. It was just throwing out those pointers and stuff like that. The thing is, like for myself, whenever I finish a script, whether it's a short or a feature or whatever, you have to get coverage a lot of times, and you have to get which are like script doctors, proofreaders, and all that type of jazz. So if you've got someone that's already in the business and they're somewhat established, it's good to get their points on that.
That's true.
So that's cool. And then when you and Brent had a final script, and you felt like, okay, this is ready to shoot. I think we can do something with this. Yeah. What were your final thoughts on the script? Were you excited, or were you kind of still nervous?
I was still hesitant. Okay. Because the perfectionist mentality comes in. Sure. It's like anxiety. Anxiety kicks in. Exactly. Like, can this be done within this certain amount of a time? This time period. Right. Is this shot gonna work? Is this dialogue gonna work? And with the locations that we had, which is my apartment,
in the back.
You're right. Yeah. Right. In the back. In the woods. In my apartment, which we turned into a hospital room.
Which came out great.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it came out great in the stills. Yeah. People. I mean, I remember back when we were shooting this thing back in November, and I brought in people to shoot stills for us. And had them on Instagram and Facebook and what have you. You know, obviously tagging people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came off really well.
Right. Yeah.
I thought it had a great look.
It's all camera trickery. It's like, oh, we're going to use this angle of the apartment. We're going to use this angle of the hallway.
Yeah,
and it's going to look exactly like a hospital.
We're going to cheat this thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's all filmmaking is just cheating things.
It is. It really is. Well, especially if you have no money.
Right. Yeah.
If you have no money to actually use a hospital.
Yeah.
Or stuff like that, and then a lot of times, even if you've got the money, like say you have a couple grand to spend on locations, you got to contact the hospital.
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes you got to get permission from the higher ups.
Yep.
You got to get these crazy ass permits.
Yep.
And it's like that's like pulling teeth in itself.
It's funny that you say that because I contacted multiple hospitals, and I found one I thought it would be perfect, and it was a rundown hospital. It wasn't being used at all.
Okay.
And I said, oh, I'd really like to shoot, one day here, about 8 hours worth of filming. And they said, yeah, great. We require a $1,000 donation.
Wow.
For anything done in film, and plus permits too. So I was like, yeah, no thanks. I'm gonna turn my apartment into a hospital.
I can see maybe $100.
Yeah.
We all split it.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That's almost greedy.
That is.
It's like, and you have to wonder like
$1,000 donation.
Well, it's like how much of that 1,000 actually going to a charity?
Yeah, exactly.
Pocketing that.
And this was the realty company that owned, hospital land.
Okay.
So they didn't have anything to do with the hospital.
So they were just asking for money.
Yeah.
Wow.
Basically,
We just gave somebody some bad press.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care.
I don't care. They can go fail.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you're greedy.
Yeah,
like James Cameron did.
Yeah.
Don't chase the money grab.
Right, exactly.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So then, we had the locations, like you said, in the backyard and stuff like that. And I thought that was really fun.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Personally, for myself, and this has been seen on social media, I mean, we have a final product.
Yeah,
I thought the final product was magnificent.
Good,
it was awesome.
Yeah, me too.
Came out really, really good,
Yep.
and I think we all worked great as a team on it.
Mm-hmm.
But partly, a little backstory on the production of Nuclear Man was the fact that the very first day of shooting on production, it was nice out.
Yeah.
We had grass.
Yeah.
The very next day.
60s, 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Wisconsin weather at its best, what it does best, it throws you for a loop. And we had, how many inches of snow?
Yeah, like 3 feet.
3 feet.
Yeah, it was 3 feet in a night.
Yeah. I mean,
nuts.
It's really crazy.
Yeah.
So the weather just completely, utterly changed.
Mm-hmm.
And for myself, as I mentioned, it's a small nitpick, but I prefer the really nice weather look. But I know a lot of people like the snow.
Right.
They thought it was a really cool effect, and that's cool too.
Right. That's production value. You can't make that.
Right.
But I preferred the nice shots too, because it was like just how the film came out looking. Mm-hmm. It was much more cleaner, I thought.
It was. It did come out. Well, when the weather's nice like that, it's just so much easier to shoot.
Right. Yeah.
And then when it's snowy like that, everyone's cold.
Right.
Partly you want to play along because you're having fun.
Yeah.
But the other part you kind of want to get inside.
Right.
You're cold.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. I mean, I've been on a lot of shitty sets though, so that was not that big of a deal to me.
Yeah.
But
you survived, right? But that's just a small backstory on the weather condition because of the outdoor locations and stuff like that.
I feel bad too, and to bring everyone back, I felt really bad, to bring everyone back for a next day.
The next day shooting.
Yeah, because we had to reshoot them.
But they were cool about it, and we reshot things.
Yeah.
I think on my Facebook, and I should have it on my laptops, but I've got the scenes where it is all sunny out and grassy, and then we have the snow stuff. The snow stuff is in the final product, so that's just really interesting.
Yeah, that's what they do in trailers all the time, though. It's like they'll put a clip in there that isn't even in the movie.
Yeah.
So we kind of threw everyone for a loop.
And then, of course, we had some really cool, actors come on board with us. The cast was great.
Yeah, they were great.
I love working with anybody I work with. I've very rarely have real issues with people on set. But the one thing, personally for myself,
Mm-hmm.
I want to get your opinion on this, that I found really exciting is we had, and of course, Steve Piper,
Yep.
that's his last name,
Yep.
like, he's, a former
Ranger.
military,
Yeah.
former Ranger,
Yeah.
and he brought in actual vets
Right.
on set.
Yep.
And they knew their stuff.
Right.
How did that feel, working with actual military vets?
Oh, that's great because they give you tips. Like I know how to hold weapons. I've taken
Sure.
training, but they give they actually said like, are you military? Like,
Yeah.
no, not at all.
Yeah.
I've always watched military things. I always held myself in like military regard. I respect them, but like how I held the gun, they were complimenting me of how I was signaling to them,
Yeah.
how to move and everything.
You had that natural
Right,
instinct.
right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to work with veterans was cool. I brought in one of my Marine friends, and then Brett, our writer,
Yeah.
Brett was in there too, holding guns.
Yeah, yeah. You know what's fun?
Yes. Okay, we'll watch it.
So we're gonna stand guard of a book.
Yep.
So yeah, and I always thought that was really exciting too. That these vets keep on set for us.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe to them it wasn't a big deal, but I
Yeah.
thought it was just really. cool.
I think they thought it was cool.
Yeah, and they were asking me for workout tips too.
Right, yeah.
And I thought that was kind of neat as
Yeah,
well.
and when people say you're making a movie, they just automatically want to be a part of it,
Right.
and so I kind of, they looked like they were having a good time. Well, some of them, were getting kind of lethargic because we were taking a while doing scenes.
Yeah.
But that's how sets go.
That's how sets go. And usually when I would try to send out those CC emails to a lot of
Yeah.
people, and hopefully everyone would get it.
Yeah.
Anticipate being on set all day. We'll feed you,
Right.
we'll house you,
Exactly.
whatever you need.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll try to bring in some Vegas escorts, whatever
Right.
you need.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever you
Right.
need.
Yeah.
We'll try to make you feel at home. So
Right.
you're not as
Yeah.
cranky.
Right. When I'm on a big budget film or TV set, I've got a 6 a.m. call time. I expect to be there from 6 a.m. to 12 a.m. the next day. Like
Absolutely.
That's what people have got to get in their head, that you're going to be doing this for your entire day. You can't plan anything else.
There have been a few sets in the past where I was only on set for like maybe 4 hours, and I got paid there. And I thought, wow, this was a good day.
Yeah.
I've got the rest of the day to myself.
Yeah.
Holy crap. You know?
Exactly.
Even in, like, if I did something in LA or Chicago, I was just like, I actually have my entire day.
Right. Yeah. It's like what I want.
Yeah. I mean, you actually almost feel like happy but lost.
Right.
Because you had your entire day planned.
Now you're like, well, okay, all right. Now what else can we film? Let's go. Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna call. I want to get a meeting or something, dude. I got all this time. This is crazy. But yeah, you always have to anticipate, being on set all the time. But yeah, I always thought it was great.
Yeah, I think that was the only thing that we kind of struggled with, was the timing.
Yeah.
I mean, we did have a set a shot list, but it doesn't always go as planned.
It doesn't go as planned, and sometimes because a lot of these people are coming in for free.
Yeah.
You have to cater to their needs.
Right. And we were working with one camera. So
working with one camera. Also, too, we were the hospital scene. We were working with a small child.
Yep.
So her dad had some, like he was a cool dude.
Yeah.
He was a really nice dude, but he had, like, I don't want to call them demands, but he had some requests.
Yeah.
To get off set at a certain time.
Right.
So we have to cater to that.
Yeah.
So they can go home or do whatever they got to do.
Right.
So, you got to cater. It's just so much you got to do.
Yeah. That's
just to get things rocking and rolling and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said before, for myself, I thought working with the military vets was kind of neat.
Definitely.
Like that. And then, of course, you worked closely. I was kind of in the middle of it, trying to be the communicator guy.
Yeah.
Of course, but you worked closely with Sean O'Brien out in Nashville.
Yep, Sean.
The music. How'd you like the music that Sean?
Oh man, he is a genius. Absolutely. I told him, like, I'm a huge soundtrack guy. Like any kind of movie soundtrack, like I'm there, like listening to it. Any kind of like game soundtrack. I just go on my computer and go to YouTube videos for like epic soundtrack music.
Yeah.
And like just the the orchestras that can just bring a film together.
Yeah.
Like that's what it takes. It takes a plot and the music and good lighting and and that's a film. The music brings it together, and he absolutely nailed it.
It's like the drummer in a band.
Yeah.
Or, it's the backbone of the product.
Yeah.
You got to have that music.
Right. Yeah.
What's beautiful about this little film is the fact that there's some places that there's music throughout the entire film, which is nice. Yeah. That's what I personally like.
Right. Yeah. Me too.
But there's moments in this film you actually don't need music.
Yeah.
The scenery holds itself.
Right.
The hospital scenes, the military scenes, the capturing of the girl.
Right, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff in there that shows up. It just shows, a lot of kudos to our director, our cast, our crew, and so forth. And then we had our special effects guy, Jonathan Liu, who did a fantastic job.
Yeah, that was great.
That took a little longer on his process, but I could see why.
Yeah.
I could see what he had to do, what he had to come up with.
Yeah.
And
when you're hiring students, you kind of forget that they're in school.
Yeah.
You kind of forget that they do have tests and the exams, and hiring a film student.
And he's kind of doing us the favor.
Right. Yeah. He was doing us a favor. Yeah.
Right.
So you got to take everything into account, really. Whoever you hire.
Right.
What do they have going? I apologize, constantly to my other actors on my other film. Like, hey, if you have something going on, let me know.
Right.
Because we can definitely reschedule this.
Right.
This isn't the biggest deal.
It's not the biggest deal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little film, and it's a passion of love, and commitment. And personally for myself though, I'm exactly like that. But I'm also a stickler for time. I like things to be scheduled.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Please let me know.
Yeah.
Please let me know now if you could, or at least the next 24 hours. I get to work.
Yeah.
You got family stuff going on, whatever the case might be.
Yeah.
Just let me know so we can schedule accordingly.
Yeah.
And then we'll have everything figured out.
And I think I'm even worse than you because I went to school for business operations.
Yeah.
My minor was theater. And film. But my mentality is always an on-time mentality. Maybe not for get-togethers or meetings or everything, but when it's a set schedule, I better be on that set schedule. Otherwise, my mind is going every which way.
I do a lot of conference calls out of LA for bigger of these other productions and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. These people are never on time.
Yep.
Yeah,
I didn't think they would be.
So you have to forgive that because there's certain people who are a higher level. Mm-hmm. So you have to cater to whatever's going on. And that's fine. Mm-hmm. But it's but you think about that and I'm going to be on time.
Yeah.
If you say 1 o'clock, I will be there, 10-2.
Right.
15, a quarter to or whatever. Because that's just how it is.
Yeah.
But but Jonathan did a fantastic job.
Yeah,
with
wonderful.
The special effects and stuff like that. And good angles and stuff like that. And our camera work was done by Joe Lefevre. Lefevre.
Yeah.
And how did you like working with Joe?
Oh, he's awesome too. Yeah, he definitely knows his stuff.
Okay.
And I'm itching to work with him again. Beautiful angles. He knows, he can read a script and know exactly what shots he's gonna get.
Yeah.
Or and if you tell him, it's got to be this way, and he'll come up with a cool angle for it.
Right. Cool close-ups too.
Yeah.
With some of the scenes, especially our main character played by Jonathan
Machesky.
Yep. It's butchered last name here.
That's okay.
But there's a close-up that you guys did on John. I'm not going to do any spoilers here, but there's a close-up. And this is during a climax of the film. And just amazing how it just came out.
Yeah.
Just the look of it just looked so incredible.
Yeah.
And that's a compliment to you guys working together. John, what he could do with the special effects and stuff like that.
Definitely. You have to trust your director of photography. I'm the director, but I'm mostly directing the actors.
Right.
And the other people around us. He's got the shot. Mm-hmm. So if he says it's good, I'm not even gonna look at it.
Right.
I'm gonna trust I'm gonna trust him and say, yeah, we got it. We got it. Let's go. Let's move on. Next shot.
And you're working with Joe now. on your new film?
Not yet. No.
Oh, not yet. Okay.
I might bring him on later if I need him. But I would like to work with him in the near future.
Yeah, and I liked it. I was watching some of the dailies, behind the scenes, stuff I did on my phone, and a few other people did on their phones. I love the way he was able to direct the military.
Yeah.
Soldier go here, soldier go there. He knew.
Yeah, he knew.
Kind of like who should go where.
Yep.
So he did a fantastic job.
Right.
All right. So for the short film, obviously this was going to be part of the pitch because it was going to be a part of a whole bigger ensemble for the Warner Brothers.
Right.
That's where we're taking it and stuff like that.
Well, hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's it's definitely happening.
Yeah.
The character has shifted a little bit. We won't say what it is on the air, but it is primarily a Nuclear Man character and stuff like that.
Right. Of what Nuclear Man turns into.
It's what Nuclear Man turns into and all that type of stuff, and then a feature script that's in development and so forth right now. To get into Warner Brothers, I first for myself, I stay the court. Boom. Let's rock it.
Of course, yeah.
And so, but that being said, for the short, I know you've been submitting to film festivals, and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to. Yeah.
Okay.
So, it's a little bit late in the year to submit to a lot of them.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we'll probably
beginning of the year after New Year's.
Yeah,
that's right.
We'll probably get into the Wisconsin ones, not so much the international ones, which I wish we could because places like Hong Kong and Japan. Are huge on sci-fi films.
Sure.
Like they absolutely eat this stuff up.
Right.
And they love everything like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm trying to get into those, but if it doesn't, it doesn't. So
give it time, and like you said, it's the summer is wearing out.
Yeah.
A little bit. So, you pretty much have to get like submissions done like 6 months in advance.
Yeah, true.
A lot of times.
Yeah.
It's crucial because people are submitting like mad.
They are.
Like that, so. But it's cool, man. It's out there in the universe now.
Right.
It exists. People are aware of it.
Yep.
It's getting a lot of clout.
Yep.
On social media, people are talking about it. Awesome, And personally, myself, like I said, the final product came out extremely well.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
Good. Yeah.
And everyone I showed it to, that's part of the cast. Crew and cast and so forth between here and Chicago and stuff like that have texted me, they emailed me, and they said, "This looks amazing."
Yeah.
For a movie that had no money.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
It had no money. Just a lot of passion, a lot of heart. People that were dedicated.
I spliced all those scenes together myself. And,
that's right. That's right. You did post.
Right. Yeah. I did all the post. Like I had a nice like intro that I had in mind, and then just kind of developed it from there.
Okay.
Like with the the beginning scenes. Like I think that's to start off a TV show. Like I think about Smallville.
Sure.
I think about the Superman movies.
Yeah.
And I was trying to put it like together like that, and then like incorporate like your character with like the DNA.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. It's
and that's what the new Nuclear Man is too. It's all nuclear or nuclear.
Yeah.
DNA related.
DNA. Yeah.
And I love that intro you created too. I showed you that Batman Forever.
Oh yeah.
Dark cut, right?
Yeah, the dark cut. Yep.
It just reminded me of that.
Right.
And I know those movies get a lot of crap because of the Schumacher stuff.
Whatever.
Whatever.
It's a film. People got to stop being so critical. Right?
Yeah, for sure. But this is a director's cut scene.
Right.
And I'm enamored with that type of look.
Yeah.
I just love the brain. It's the brain and the brain cells and stuff like that. And, because that was all about brainwashing.
Yeah,
and that theme. Here it's DNA mixing and stuff like that. And I just love the way you created that.
Thanks.
It's just, oh my God, it was so cool. And the filmmaking, honestly, is like, even with the final draft, the script that you and Brent came up with, it was like a Chris Nolan style.
Yeah.
And I think, and overall, it's made just so the audience doesn't get bored.
Right. Yeah.
We have to entertain.
Right. Yeah. And I didn't want to do too much color correction on it because it's supposed to be darker, but then there's light. It comes to light. Like the Nuclear Man comes to light. He's developing his powers. He's coming into his own.
Right. Exactly.
Like, what am I?
Yeah, exactly. He has no idea.
Yeah, exactly.
He's in the dark. That poor kid.
Yeah.
So
damn you, Luthor Corp.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, good old Luthor.
Good old Lex Luthor.
Yeah. Jolly Ranchers.
Yep. Funny.
I thought Jesse Eisenberg was great. Or
Eisenberg. Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, like I said, I'm killing last names here. But I thought he was cool. Anyway, that's a whole other subject.
Yep.
But cool. So we're trying to get on the film festivals and stuff like that. Personally, for myself, I kind of want to put together it's not really a film festival, but it's kind of a group of people. Get short films together, and just artists that want to get together.
Right.
So, or show stuff.
Yeah. I thought about that too.
Yeah.
Like, do we have our own film fest, maybe like to, so we can garner money for more films, or do we just get people together just to watch films?
I guess for me, do whatever.
Yeah.
For me, it was just to get people together.
Just get people together.
Chit-chat. I could talk about this stuff for hours. You know? And when I talked with one of my colleagues on this show, Matt, he said, "Dude, let's try to do more and more interviews and stuff." Because for myself, I could talk about this stuff forever. And whether we're talking about on-set, pre-production, development, script, money.
I'm so exhausted with even thinking about money. And talking.
And a couple of my interviews, we talk about that stuff a lot.
Right.
All right, man. But that's cool. That's something we'll plan in the future.
Right.
Have a group of people do some short films and stuff like that. Because we've got a handful between you and I.
Yeah.
I think we've got a handful of shorts, so we could probably do a thing. A gallery. All right, so now we're going to dive into something that me and you also have a mutual love for, and obviously it's professional wrestling.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, your brother is a pro wrestler as well.
Yeah, he is.
And one of your personal favorites, I would almost say like you're a fanatic of this character, which is the Ultimate Warrior.
Yep, definitely.
You're definitely what kind of defines you as a fan of the Ultimate Warrior?
A little warrior.
Yeah, a little warrior, or whatever terminology you like to use.
Yeah. What defines me as one? I have followed him since I was a little kid, and then he went away for a while.
Sure.
And then I was wondering where he was, and then all of a sudden, the internet popped up. This great thing called the internet.
You learn about the dirt sheets.
Right. Yeah. And all of a sudden he has his kind of like little talk show on there. It was Warrior University.
Sure.
And I became part of that.
Okay.
And he had his injections of inspiration. It's like this is a time where you're growing up and you're trying to figure out what kind of a person you want to be. It's he had a heavy influence on that.
Right.
Like his inspirational speeches. He just read from books that were inspiring to him, and then he gave it his own twist. Right. And it's like having the warrior mentality. And I always I've always kind of lived up to being a warrior. Right. It's like, having he talks about willpower, and I think I have more willpower than anyone I've ever known. So that's.
So you think that's what's so cool about the warrior is the inspirations, the willpower, and stuff like that?
Because he became his character.
Yeah.
He became the warrior.
Took ownership.
Right, exactly. Yeah. He's not just playing a character. That was his mentality. That was his character.
You mentioned Warrior University, and because I don't know if you're familiar with this or if you went this back far in wrestling, he actually had a wrestling school.
Yep.
Called Warrior University.
Right. Yeah. I was way too young for that though.
Sure. I think we all were.
Yeah, we all were.
I was like 14, 15 when that was announced.
Yep.
But I know Vince was helping him promote that. Yeah. Because he was part of the WWE at the time. Yeah. For that 6-month period.
Oh, by the way, it's always going to be WWF. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's always going to be WWF to me.
You sound like, I don't know if you ever hear Stone Cold's podcast. He does that.
Once in a while.
Yeah. He's like, back then WWF.
Yeah.
It's like, call it what you will.
Yeah.
But back in the WWF days in '96, that's when he was announcing the Warrior University and stuff like that for those guys and all that. And then he had a comic book too.
Yep.
Did you ever get the comic book?
Yep, I have the comic book, which was phenomenally drawn.
Yeah, but it was almost like Spawn.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, exactly. That's what I would compare it to, almost like a Spawn kind of a character. But back in the '90s, everything just kind of fizzles, and now it's gone. Now it's
like the comic book. Now, because you probably would know this better than I will. The comic book go anywhere beyond?
No. It didn't go anywhere.
Okay, so it was just the one issue.
Yeah, there was like a couple issues. That was about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had the comic.
Mhm.
I don't remember where I got it from.
Yeah.
I probably got it from like a hobby store.
I think I got it from my WWF subscription magazine.
Okay.
It was on the back of it, like attached to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Got
I
it.
first got it. Yeah.
Now, what I remember, do you still have it? You still have your copy?
It's maybe somewhere.
Storage. Like,
Yeah, storage.
what I remember from the comic, he's like wandering around in a forest, or something like that. I mean, was there a story?
There was no story. That's why I didn't go anywhere.
Okay,
but that's his mentality though.
Yeah.
Like he's very out there. Call it what you will, but he is a genius in some ways and just outlandish in other ways.
He was a madman.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And he took walks out. He literally took walks out into the woods and would just think to himself.
Yeah.
It's like, am I going to survive? How am I going to survive? That kind of stuff.
Like a really weird way of meditating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right, yeah, exactly.
I guess. Well, I guess not. This is totally like left field, but we're going to stick with Warrior.
Yeah.
There was an interview I heard from Jim Carrey, which is kind of like the Woods thing with the Warrior.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey did a thing. He was promoting Dumb and Dumber 2.
Yeah, 2.
And he was on Howard Stern. He talked about like he went into like this program where they send you out in the middle of a desert between like LA and Nevada, Arizona, something like that. And you have no gear, you have no protective, and so you're in the middle of like areas with like poisonous snakes, animals, coyotes, whatever's out there.
Yeah.
Just mountain lions.
Right.
There's stuff out there that could attack you. And I guess 2 hours go by, I think, and it gets really freaking scary.
Yeah.
You're hearing noises. The sun's going down. You have no idea. So he goes into a deep prayer. Please protect me. He's panicking. He's panicking. Talented warrior in the woods.
Yeah.
Will I survive this? He's panicking. Jim says, in a weird meditation-like state, in a prayer meditation-like state, he sees a form of a man pointing.
Yeah.
And when he followed the point, he found people, like a camp.
Right. Yeah.
That might have been part of his program.
Yeah.
But it led him back to where he was supposed to be. I think that might be kind of related to what Warrior is probably doing in the woods in a weird way. And the whole point of it is to humble yourself. It sounds really bizarre, I know, because you're almost like committing suicide.
Right. Yeah.
But it's to humble yourself, I guess.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
For the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
But I think he did seem to be a very helpful guy.
Yeah, he loved everything and everyone.
Yeah.
Seriously, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, but he also knew the value of his character, too.
Yeah, he did.
He was really expensive.
Yeah.
For guys.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, to even, to book him, you mean? Yeah,
right.
definitely.
But, like, Warrior was also really intense, too.
Yeah.
Not just his character, but his lifestyle.
Yep. And, and I follow that, to most parts. I mean, my workouts are intense.
Sure.
We're saying 2 to 3 hours a day.
Right.
Heavy weights, light weights, martial arts.
Right.
Even my thinking mentality is just it's intense always, but not to his extreme, I don't think.
I don't think anybody is.
No, but I'm just, when I get excited about something, like everything sparks all at once. It's super intensity. It's, I got to get it done out of my head.
Right. Absolutely. And I think that a lot went with his business plans too. Like when he would come back to Vince. Yeah. Or if he went to WCW or whatever, his mentality was always intense.
Yep.
Anything he did in life. Does that help you when you're like prepping, say, for an audition? You mentioned your workouts and stuff like that. But like if you're going to Chicago for an audition or something like that, do you feel like a warrior mentality sometimes?
Yeah, I get into like a Zen kind of states. Yeah, so I see everyone in the audition rooms psyching themselves out.
Sure.
And I don't buy into it.
Right.
Because I'm there for a purpose. I tell myself, be in the moment. I have I wear my wrist, my leather wristband says "Be here now." That was Andy Whitfield's saying with his wife. So it's Andy Whitfield from Spartacus, and that was his saying. He's got that tattooed on him.
Sure.
And I got that from his organization or his foundation.
Oh, right on.
And it's just being in the moment. You can't go into an audition fully knowing what you're going to do because that's not natural.
Absolutely.
You know, you've got to react from your reader.
Right,
You know,
right.
like, you know, really listen to what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Also, too, when you go into these auditions, or even like if you're prepping a film for yourself that you wrote or whatever,
right.
you have to think of the mentality that you've already got it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's already yours.
Right.
You know, you actually took it. You know, and then if you didn't get it, by whatever reason, it's because you were too good for it.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you didn't get it, it probably wasn't you.
Yeah.
You know, that's you go in there, you create your character, and then you're done. Your 30 seconds really is done, and you go about your day, and you don't. I don't even think twice about it.
No, absolutely. And but if it's something that you really want, though, it's like, because we had DDP on here a while back. He had a great one, and I think I've kind of heard it, but he had a really great way of saying it. It's like, don't just think it, think it.
Yeah.
Write it down.
Write it down. Yeah.
It's like, if you want this particular thing to happen, write it down.
Write it down. Yeah.
Write it down with such passion, and boom. You know, you'll watch it manifest right before your eyes.
Yeah.
You know, and I think Warrior kind of had that mentality too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because we talked about his comic book and how bonkers the story was, or lack thereof.
Yeah.
But he got it made.
Yeah, we got it made. Yeah.
He got it. Look, is there any other wrestler besides WWF?
Yeah.
Comic books. They had their own comics.
Yeah.
You know, have you ever seen those? It's like,
no, I haven't.
There's old school comic books out there, like Ultimate Warrior, Mr. Perfect fighting in the locker room.
Oh, funny.
But these are financed by Vince.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Warrior did this on his own, and Warrior took his name and if
branded it. Yeah.
Yeah. If you ever seen his shoot interview, he said he thought the character could be something else. Outside of wrestling.
Outside of it. Yeah.
He went to Hollywood. He got an agent.
Yeah.
You know, he was trying to do commercials and stuff like that. He did a few, but they were all done by Vince.
Yeah.
You know, but besides that, though, I mean, he really felt that the character could be something outside of wrestling. He got that stuff done.
Yeah, which he was a character outside of wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, he was an inspirational speaker.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then of course, your brother, as we mentioned before, your brother's a wrestler and stuff like that. Does he follow anything with a Warrior at all, or does he follow his own path?
Yeah, I think he's follows his own path, basically. I mean, we all grew up with the same characters.
Okay.
So I see a lot of Japanese pro wrestling instilled in him.
Sure.
Just the moves wise and the martial arts.
Got it.
The shoot fighting. You know, that's his character, is a shoot fighter. And like the Ken Shamrock, you know, like I absolutely loved Ken Shamrock.
Okay.
So,
all right.
You know, I think he's trying to
get
bring
the ground and make him submit.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Be a tap out artist. Yeah.
Right. I kind of noticed WWE in general is kind of shifting that way.
Yeah.
With the Brock Lesnar, I don't think if you saw the Brock Lesnar Randy Orton match.
Yeah, I did.
You know, and now the Miz did this interview.
Yeah.
You heard about it on the network.
Yeah.
He just went off the rails.
Yeah. And who knows if it's a work?
That's the beauty.
Yeah.
Nobody knows right now.
Yeah. Nobody knows.
We're getting to that point where you're second guessing if this is a work.
Yeah.
You know,
or is this real life? Yeah.
And the Lesnar thing, and this is a sidetrack, we get back, but the Lesnar thing was cool because for 24 hours, people were actually debating if that was real.
Right.
If he went off script.
Yeah.
And just literally beat the heck out of Randy Orton.
Yeah.
But it was the Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
incident,
Yeah.
If you heard about that.
Yeah. Backstage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like he ruined it. He forced Vince to scream out that it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And it was like, dude.
Yeah.
Really?
I know.
You know.
But who knows if that's a work?
Yeah. There you go. Man. There you go.
See.
And then UFC is using WB guys to get their profit going.
Yep.
They were hurting, I guess, for a while.
Yeah.
But then going back to Warrior really quickly, we talked about the intensity and his work ethic and what he did outside of wrestling, like Warrior University, the comic book, whatever. Does Warrior kind of help you with your goals a little bit? Like you mentioned the auditioning thing and stuff like that.
Oh, definitely. I've got his. I've downloaded every speech or every YouTube video he's ever had, and I put it to audio.
Okay.
So I play one of those. You know, some of them bring me to tears, and make me shake my head. Yeah. You know, it's like I got to do this and this. You know, and
do the work.
Right. Exactly. Do the work.
Yeah.
I don't want to say I'm not the kind of person to get depressed or anything. I just get angry.
Sure.
Basically at myself. But and then
We're all our worst
right,
critics.
right, yeah, exactly. But then the anger turns into some kind of motivation. Like I need to show somebody something.
Yeah.
And it's basically I got to show myself something.
Yeah.
No, so
for sure.
that's where the warrior comes in.
We all get angry.
Right.
I think we all get sad. We all get depressed. I mean, that's human nature.
Yeah.
I think with that though, I would say last couple months, I've been telling people, it's okay to get pissed off.
Yeah.
It's okay to get angry.
Exactly.
And
I've even learned that in my acting classes.
Yeah. Because
get pissed off.
All it is energy.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, if you get pissed off and you punch a wall, you're punching a person.
Yeah.
Okay, now you hit you're off the rails.
You're on some other kind of realm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're getting legal battles.
But don't do that.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is get pissed off and stand up with the intensity and say, like, I am going to get this deal.
Right. Yeah.
I'm going to get this audition.
Right.
I'm going to get this,
Right.
Get pissed.
Yeah.
Get motivated.
Yeah, get motivated, yeah.
The depression, I think we all deal with that in our own little way, and there's nothing wrong with saying depression. I think, it's just you have to find that spark.
Yeah.
Find that thing you want to do, and that will kill your depression.
Right.
That's just the start of it.
Yeah, I think it's about distracting yourself from the world, actually. So make movies, read, write.
Absolutely.
Write it down.
Write it down. Don't just think it. Ink it.
Yeah.
Write it down. Shit. Yeah, so absolutely. So Warrior helps you out with that and stuff like that. And it gets your emotions riled up. Right. Kind of gets your blood boiling.
And his motto was always believe. And I put that, I've taken that as my own. I sign that off on my emails or letters. Always believe.
Yeah, I see them in emails.
Yeah. So it's not like a religious or faith kind of thing. It's a belief in self.
Well,
it's like you have to believe what you're doing.
Well, the thing is with faith, in my opinion, doesn't have to go with any kind of traditional religion.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Faith, it just means you believe in something.
Yeah, believe in something.
Yeah. And always believe. That was Warrior's way of saying, like, he believed that this will happen.
Yeah.
Correct, it's like, and this might sound a little silly, but it's like that promo he did against Jerry Lawler with the hat.
Oh, man,
it's like, I believe I'm going to be kicking your ass at the King of the Ring.
Yeah.
But, like, he believed it.
Yeah.
It's like, I believe I'm going to get the world title. He made goals. Actually, I think there's an interview. Maybe it might be the shoot interview or it might be somewhere else, maybe on the network.
Yeah.
But he talked about, like, he had a goal, or no, it might even be the Hall of Fame interview, but, like, he had a goal that he was going to get the world title against me. He probably didn't know it would be Hulk. Yeah. But he knew he was going to get the world title.
Yeah, eventually, yep.
Yeah. And then how did you feel about his Hall of Fame speech and then, of course, his passing?
Super sad. I mean, I was tearing up. Yeah. His passing, I was, like, probably, like, the 10th person to know that he passed. His best friend, Mike Carey, next professional wrestler I speak to all the time, texted me and said, Warrior passed. Or Jim, he called him Jim. He always calls him Jim. And he said, we're really heartbroken, Warrior just passed. I was like, no way,
Probably wasn't even announced yet.
It wasn't even announced yet. And I knew before, most people did. Right. So I was like, to not even to speak to Warrior at all ever in life.
Yeah. He felt like you knew him.
Right, I felt like I knew him, yeah. And and Mike said Jim would have really loved me, because just kind of person I am, I've taken on his personality, his mentality.
Right.
He said he really would have loved me, and so that's cool.
It was sad, man. I mean, he did the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He made amends with Vince. Made amends with Triple H and Hulk.
Right.
He truly defined those final moments, how to live your life. Yeah. Don't live your life with anger.
Right.
Or, despair.
Yeah. Anger towards other people and pointing fingers.
Sure.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah, because he, unfortunately, and the thing is, like, people say, like, wow, he had heat with a lot of people. That's wrestling. If you ever been in with your brother or whatever, if you ever been in a wrestling locker room, it's a bunch of kindergartners.
It is.
It really is. And it's like, I got really heated. Not to go off the rail again.
No, go ahead.
But, like, with the Daniel Bryan Miz thing, who knows if that was a shoot or if that was work or whatever. But when Daniel Bryan mentioned independent wrestling in that little spiel, I got really heated. I got really angry because independent wrestling, in my opinion, not everybody, but the majority, I would say at least 85%, are just a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of kids. You know, a lot of them have dreams to get signed by somebody big.
Right. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But my God, the majority of them never help each other.
Yeah.
They just bicker at each other.
And you're gonna find that in the film industry too. We are kind of like a family though, you know, on sets, but we bigger about everything.
Right.
You know, that's another place where you're gonna find a lot of high school kind of mentality too. You know,
it is, man. But it taught, first for myself, it taught me so much. It taught me not to be like that.
Yeah.
If I can help you, you help me.
Right.
We'll help each other. You know, the only way you win is if you help each other. Don't disparage somebody by calling them a coward, or you know, or you know, oh, he wasn't like a Bret Hart or a Shawn Michaels. Not everybody has to be.
No, and you know, Warrior always got a lot of flack for not being the greatest wrestler, but he was an entertainer.
Yeah, like Hulk.
Yeah, when his music hit, everyone, I've never heard such a big uproar other than Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Sure.
Just the uproar and the electricity that went through the crowd.
Right.
You know, that was, and he's running around the ring and he's getting everyone pumped up. I don't care how he wrestled. You know,
that would have been such a great feud.
Yeah.
Warrior and Austin.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Think of that back in like '98. If he went back to WWB or F, you know, in those days, and went against Austin when Austin was red hot for those few years, you know, and just like
Warrior probably would have stiffed his Stone Cold Stunner. He probably would have taken it just like he took the pedigree.
Yeah.
And he probably would have stiffed it and got right back up.
But that would have been beautiful.
Yeah, right,
that would have probably forced Austin to do like maybe 2 or 3 more.
Yeah, right.
You know, try to get him. You know? Because I'm pretty sure Austin probably would have went over.
Yeah.
You know, just for the fact that Warrior comes and goes, Austin would have been there. You know, that's just how it works sometimes. But yeah, man, let him kick out. Let him get up.
Yeah, let him get out. Yeah. He got out. Wait, how many elbow smashes did he take from Macho Man? Like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And he still got up.
He still got up.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, that's
gonna go into my next question about Warriors. With that, what's your favorite match of Warriors?
Of Warriors, it'd probably be against Macho Man.
Yeah.
Other than a close second would be against Hulk Hogan, because I did see that WrestleMania as a kid.
Okay. Oh, you were there?
No, it's in pay-per-view.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, we don't have money to go to any events. Are you kidding me?
Well, even in Canada.
Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah.
So probably against Macho Man, because that was always 2 exhausted individuals at the end. You know, it's like who's gonna put their hand on one of them and get the pin. You know.
Right.
And at the end, it didn't even matter who won.
Right.
You know.
I really like that one. Because you're talking about the career one.
Yeah, career match. Yeah,
that's definitely a good one. I thought him and Rick Rude.
Oh yeah, Rick Rude. Yeah. It's
the one thing, my personal favorite match of Warriors, it's with Savage. It was actually SummerSlam '92.
92. Okay.
I felt like with that one, the one with the career one was probably more dramatic.
Yeah.
The SummerSlam one though, I like a lot because it felt like Warrior actually had more moves.
Yeah.
He actually went out there and he did stuff.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't just playing the strongman.
Right.
He went out there, he did suplexes, he was doing backdrops.
Yeah.
He was doing moves against Savage. Savage was a technician.
Yeah.
He can go out there, brawl, and he can do technical moves with you, like a Bret Hart.
Definitely. Savage, no doubt, is one of the best wrestlers ever to have lived. Probably the best. You know?
And I think after... And of course, that was the Warrior was gone for a little hiatus.
Yep.
But when the Warrior came back, and when he was doing the stuff with Savage, the year before that, Warrior learned, I think, a lot from Savage. You know, and of course Rick Rude. And I think those are the 2 guys. I think Rick Rude and Savage. I don't care what anybody says. I think those are 2 guys that really cared about Warrior.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they're actually friends. You know, they were all like best friends.
Yeah.
Outside of and you know, of course. Yeah, so when you have friends together, they're going to feud because that's just what they do because they work better together.
And a lot of chemistry.
Yeah.
But it's like Rick Rude and Savage, they made Warrior look like $1 million.
Yeah, they did.
You know, and like Rude would sell for Warrior and stuff like that. Other guys would too, like Mr. Perfect. He would sell for Warrior. That was really good. But other guys like DiBiase would work with Warrior, but then they would also talk crap about Warrior. You know? That stuff always just got to me.
I know.
Like
Right.
But yeah, man. But Warrior is definitely a huge influence. I love his Hall of Fame speech. I love the Ultimate Legacy that they've done on Network.
Yep.
Great.
I own them all.
Yeah, do you?
Yep.
And you probably have a whole Warrior shrine.
I actually do.
Yeah.
I've got about 5 or 6 characters of the Warrior. I mean, I'm not going to go overboard and get all of them.
Sure.
You know,
Sure.
they're just collectibles. You know.
And I guess one last question about the Warrior. We talked about the Hall of Fame and his passing. It was really sad. There was that time, I think in 2008, he actually came back to the ring, and you probably saw this online.
Yeah.
Against Orlando and Jordan.
Yeah.
And this was Australia.
I think so.
And I think that was like a tester or a prelude for him to come back with Vince.
Yeah.
But it never happened.
Yeah. What's the question about?
Oh, I was just gonna say, how did you feel about that? And did you see that? And,
Mixed. I mean, kind of like, you know, what's he doing in the ring again? I'm like, I get it. Like, you can still keep going.
Right.
But for how much longer? I mean, even, you know, you're getting old, you're getting injured. You know, however many surgeries you ever had.
Right.
You know, those kick in. To come back and do like a tribute or whatever, that'd be cool. That would have been cool.
Right.
And is the crowd going to give him that big of a pop? Does anyone even know who the Warrior is now? You know, the new generation.
Yeah.
You know,
I thought the match was okay. It was a Warrior match.
Yeah.
I think it ended with a clothesline.
Yeah, it was a bit slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember I heard an interview he did, I think promoting that match, and they talked about him and Vince and whatever, and he said he would have liked on a Warrior Vince match, kind of like, you know, Vince did with Hogan and Shawn Michaels, obviously Austin.
Yeah.
You know, and thought, you know, because of the self-destruction DVD they had of the Warrior, thought it would be kind of neat, you know, for those two guys to go at it. But Warrior said comes down to money. Yeah. If you pay me enough, I'll come.
Right, yeah.
And I guess in a weird way, he was still an attraction. Yeah. Kind of like a Sting or an Undertaker. Yeah. You still want to see these guys.
Still, definitely.
Yeah, so... All right, Albert, we're going to wrap this up. But the last question I got for you, man, we talked about all this stuff, man. We talked about shorts. We talked about the Chicago stuff. Ultimate Warrior, of course, shaking the ropes. So where does Al see himself, like, say, in the near future? Like, say 5 years from now. Where do you see yourself?
You know, I've always, since I was a kid, I've always seen myself living in, you know, West Coast.
Okay.
You know, so if that's where I need to be, that's where I need to be.
Right.
But I'm not gonna push it for the most part. I'm gonna do my hard work and see if it gets noticed. You know, if the time comes I need to be out there, then I need to be out there.
Absolutely.
But you know, Hollywood is everywhere, and you can make films anywhere. So, you know, it doesn't really matter where you live.
For this industry right now, there's no better time to be alive. You can shoot something.
Yep.
And I've been hearing the phrases a lot lately is make them come after you.
Yeah, true.
You know,
that's kind of my mentality on that. Get enough out there and people will start taking notice. Yeah. As far as, you know, it's expensive out there. You know, nobody wants to struggle that hard. You know, I mean, you're gonna struggle for what you want, but why put yourself in that situation if you don't have to? That's why I never stay in the LA areas. Yeah. And that's why I just do trips now. Right, it's so expensive. Yeah, it is. You know, it's insane. And I think for the most part, once again, this is just my own point of view, living in LA is the cool thing to do. Yeah. You know, it's like the lunch table and being with the cool kids. Yeah, cool kids. It's like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's like, there's no guarantee you're going to get ahead. You're going to start with bills. There's no guarantee all the time. Yeah. Exactly. And, you know, unfortunately... all the auditions are out there. You have to go audition for the big roles to come back to Chicago. Right. You know, instead of auditioning in Chicago and staying in Chicago or something. Right. You know, that's unfortunately it's like that. But you're making it work. And you're on your way, man. Yeah. But Al, thanks so much for joining us on the show. Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. We're gonna keep up with Nuclear Man, and we'll see what the future holds. Bro. Yeah. Cool. All right. Thanks a lot, man. Yeah. Always believe. Always believe.
Thanks for listening to the Never Submit podcast. We appreciate your support and hope you enjoyed the show. We want to hear from you. Send your feedback, questions, and ideas to neversubmitpodcast@gmail.com. Please subscribe on iTunes. You'll never miss the show. Also, be sure to like our page on Facebook at facebook.com/neversubmit and visit our website at neversubmitent.com. Thanks again for listening. to the Never Submit Podcast.